When we look back over this past year, 2020 has been a turbulent and crazy ride. The events happening across the nation have brought social issues and sustainability to mind. When we hear in the news that air pollution is coming down because Zoom conferences are replacing business travel, we'll have climate change at the top of our minds. It's natural to then wonder, can we make real change? And can my investment dollars actually make a difference? But what exactly is SRI? I'll explain what it is and how to build socially responsible investment portfolios, and finish off with a couple caveats for you to watch out for. Before we dive in, let me be clear, this is not personalized investment advice, and I'm not telling you how to invest. Let's get started with a basic definition. Investors focused on SRI are really trying to achieve two things. One, positive change in society, and two, generating positive returns in their portfolio. They can achieve both by being intentional with how they're investing. SRI does go by other names such as values-based investing, impact investing, sustainable investing, and ethical investing. But all of it just means that investors are not just picking investments because of performance. They're also wanting to look at the company's business practices and see where their revenues are coming from to make sure they align with their values. What does SRI look like in practice? There are a couple different methods. One common method is to exclude certain stocks that go against your moral compass. For instance, there are investors who don't invest in the sin stocks, which is tobacco and alcohol-related companies. Or you might not invest in firearms companies, for example. If you care about the environment, you might exclude those companies that produce fossil fuels or perhaps nuclear energy. Another way is to purposely include or direct your investments into companies that support issues you believe in, such as investing in companies that do alternative and renewable energy, or finding builders that focus on green building. An investor interested in promoting empowerment might invest in companies that are Black-owned or women-run, or you can actually put funds directly into funds that promote racial justice. Finally, here's how to build an SRI portfolio. First, get started by thinking about your personal ethical code and what issues you care about, and then decide, how involved do I want to be? You can either do it yourself or you can ask for help. If you're the type of investor who wants maximum control and assurance over the stocks in your portfolio, the DIY route is probably the best for you. Keep in mind, though, you'll have to do a little bit more work since you'll have to research the company and its business practices. You can handpick individual stocks, although a general rule of thumb is that no single investment should exceed 5 or 10% of your overall portfolio. And also, individual stocks can be hard to create a well-diversified portfolio. You can also use mutual funds or ETFs, which helps with diversification because it spreads your money and investment dollars out over many different companies in many different industries. The downside here is that your personal ethical code will likely differ somewhat from the fund manager who's picking the stocks. The other way is to ask for help by hiring a robo-advisor. Robo-advisors use algorithms to help an investor choose a portfolio that aligns with their goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Robo-advisors are usually cheaper than traditional advisors, but you're often limited to their portfolio solutions. The good news is that most of them do have SRI options, but you just might not be able to customize or add in your own investments. We all have different sets of values, so no SRI fund or portfolio option will satisfy every investor. If this prompts you to pick your own portfolio, do keep in mind diversification, which brings down overall investment risk. Though there are caveats to keep in mind, the increasing popularity of SRI means that we have more and more options available to us, which means we have an enhanced ability to vote with our wallet. I'm Tiffany Lam-Balfour, an investing writer at NerdWallet. I've always been big into supporting my community and those causes that speak to my heart. So it's great to see SRI blossom and know that my investment dollars can support a business with similar values. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.